Welcome back. This is part 2 of Eric Hovind 5.
Welcome to Creation Minute. I'm Eric Hovind.
Well, howdy, Eric. What do you got for us today?
The Grand Canyon. 277 miles long, 10 to 18 miles wide, and more than a mile deep. That's impressive.
Sure is. Why do I have the feeling you're about to say something silly about it?
In the bottom is the Colorado River. You know, some scientists suggest the Colorado River formed the Grand Canyon over millions of years.
Boy, I'm getting good at calling this sort of thing. I think what you meant to say is all reputable geologists say that's how it was formed.
But take a look at these facts to see it from a different perspective. The Colorado River enters the canyon 2,800 feet above sea level. It exits the canyon 1,800 feet above sea level. And the top of Grand Canyon is 7,000 feet above sea level. So you tell me, did the river flow uphill for millions of years to carve out the Grand Canyon?
Well, that's an awfully deceptive way to present things. Know what kind of an argument you used there? Can you guess? If you can't, I bet everybody else can. I think you know quite well that the Colorado River has always run on a nice, even downgrade, continuously eroding its own riverbed, while at the same time the much slower process of geologic uplift was occurring. This is what has produced the hill in your animation, while allowing the Colorado River to continuously flow in a downgrade, never having to run uphill.
Or is it possible that the Grand Canyon is the result of Noah's flood?
Nope, that's not possible, and here's why. Erosion by the alleged flood, for which there is no evidence, would have been a fairly fast process, meaning fast-moving water. Fast-moving water has a lot of kinetic energy. You know what water with a lot of kinetic energy does not like to do? Turn. Fast-moving water does not meander. You've tried this whole Grand Canyon trick before. We didn't fall for it then, we're not falling for it now. Remember in the first video when I mentioned that Eric and his father Kent like to pack a lot of definitions into the theory of evolution that are not actually a part of the theory of evolution? Well, Eric wants to talk about that again in more detail. Let's see what he has to say.
There are 6 different definitions of evolution.
Nope, just one. It's a theory that explains the diversity of life we see today, which had its origins in a common ancestor. That's all.
Cosmic evolution is the origin of time, space, and matter.
That already has a name, Big Bang Theory, and it's not part of evolution.
Chemical evolution is the origin of all the elements we have today.
That also has a name. It's nucleosynthesis, and is not part of the theory of evolution.
Stellar evolution is the origin of the stars and planets.
I think you meant to say star and solar system formation. Again, not addressed by the theory of evolution.
Organic evolution is the origin of life from non-life.
Wrong again. That's called abiogenesis, and is also not part of the theory of evolution.
Macroevolution is the origin of the major kinds of animals and plants.
Finally, something that actually is part of the theory of evolution.
Then microevolution is simple variations within the kinds.
And another correct statement. Although macro and microevolution are terms that Eric is very fond of, they're really both part of the same thing. If you let microevolution go on for long enough, it becomes macroevolution. And he's using that still undefined word, kinds.
Microevolution is the only one that's ever been observed and tested.
That's only because you refuse to define the word kinds. Is it species, genus, family? Where on this chart does it fall? If kind is at the species level, we have seen speciation, both in the lab and in nature. Okay, let's see how Eric did. Not so good. There's a surprise. Well, that about wraps up episode 2 of Eric Hovind 5. Thank you for watching, and if you like what we're doing here at Science Denier Hall of Shame, please don't forget to subscribe.